Welcome everyone to day 28 of Mental Health Month 2022, where the theme is resilience, communities and connection. And over the month I've been talking to this theme in this series called Resilience to Recovery. If you've just joined in on this video, well, my name's Tammy Horton. I'm a mental health educator and mentor. I'm the CEO and founder of Phoenix Initiative and a little not-for-profit called Come By Here. Today we're talking mistakes. And we all certainly make mistakes as human beings. There's one shared characteristic of mistakes, which is speed. So this is where we go really fast throughout life and we can make mistakes along the way simply because there's so much to do and we don't get enough time to consider things properly or to consider the right things. So this is where decision research comes into play, in that there's a trade-off when it comes to how much time is taken in deciding. If you spend too little time and effort in deciding, you would often find yourself in a situation where the risk of making a mistake is high. On the other hand, if you spend too much time and effort in making a decision, you can then risk missing the opportunity entirely. So let's say you're considering taking a new job. You could spend a few months researching the company, talking to some of the staff there, going into fine details, and then when you're finally ready to apply for the job, it's long gone. So what does this mean for us in terms of making decisions then? Well, here we need to talk about mental heuristics. So these are assumptions and shortcuts that the brain takes to help speed things up in decision making. And by making decisions so quickly, we tend to create biases and blind spots. So this is where heuristic optimization comes in, especially when it comes to thinking patterns and processes involved in important decisions. Like who to date. So how heuristic optimization can be applied is through following these few steps each time you make a mistake. So firstly, identify what went wrong, being specific about the actual events. Second, what assumptions did you make? 3, what can you update in your assumptions or your beliefs to help you to improve your thought processes while staying constructive? Now, if you're not sure how to do this, then go back to the video for day 18 for a refresher on beliefs, okay? If you can do all of this, then you can recognize how every mistake is an opportunity for you to learn and to optimize your brain. So something that helps you to constantly grow. And that's what the past is there for. It's there for us to learn from, not to dwell on. I think I said that just the other day. It's often where we get this wrong and we keep focusing on past mistakes and what we did wrong, as opposed to thinking constructively about what we can do so that we can do better in the future. So this can help you to avoid withdrawing from opportunities throughout your life in the fear of making more mistakes and move towards new opportunities. So we've all made mistakes. So I want you to have a think about this. What are some of the big mistakes that you've made and how have you grown from those experiences? Write some of your thoughts down this evening or the next time you get a few moments. So how do we manage mistakes in the moment itself? Well, here are a few steps. The first thing, something to keep in mind when things go wrong, is admitting that there was a mistake. The second part is to be realistic about who was involved. So who was actually responsible or doing the task and who's accountable for the outcome. An important point to pay attention to is the reality of the situation and be realistic. Some people tend to take too much ownership and some tend to deflect to others. After considering the mistake realistically and you've identified that it was on you, take ownership over it. From there, if it's relevant, quickly take action to mitigate the impact of the mistake, especially if inaction will result in things getting worse. Finally, analyse the cause of the mistake constructively, and only as far as it's helpful, in that you don't judge yourself in the process, and be very specific about what actually went wrong, which you could then use to prevent this situation from happening again. You know, one of the things that I remember is a story where I ticked a box on a computer program that I was supporting, and then I closed down the screen, and that actually shut down the system for all 2,500 users of the system. So I did go into panic, but I quickly realized that I had to minimize the impact of the mistake. So I notified the developers to put up a message on the screen, but it took 3 days for them to fix the problem because they had to write code to fix it. They couldn't just go in and untick the box. It's funny what comes up when I'm doing these sessions. All right, the last part of Tenacity is going to be about time management skills. And this is one thing that I am still working on to manage my time better. So I'll share some skills with you tomorrow. So until then, remember to always be a phoenix. Bye for now. Hi, me again. Don't forget to subscribe to be notified when new videos come out, and why not check out a few that I've prepared for you earlier. Bye.